You, Zac, and Will have known each other for a pretty long time. I think Coach Jancek told me about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just how close are you guys?
We're really close. A lot of the football players and all of our friends know that we kind of work as brothers, and we yell at each other sometimes, and we're really good. Like, we're like brothers. We yell and we fight and bicker, but we are really good friends, and we are like brothers. We all love each other, and we'll tell each other the truth and what we really need for each other. And it goes for that, and you can trust each other too.
I mean, obviously, you guys, had times apart when the coaches kind of moved around. But I mean, what did y'all do growing up as kids? And I guess what do you guys do now when you guys are away from football?
Growing up, I met Zac in the first grade when we were at Central Michigan, and it was always football, putting on jerseys and playing, and then being on separate flag football teams and playing against each other. And that was the same thing with Will earlier than that. And then moving apart was always, we didn't see each other as much, but we always saw each other in the summer. So that was always kind of fun, and going to each other's lake houses and kind of hanging out and stuff like that was. And now, I mean, we all live together now, so it's funny, and you never would have thought that we'd all be here together after being away for such a long time. And it's awesome. It's fun waking up every morning, having to get Zac and Will up for class, and it goes a long ways, but it's awesome having them around again.
Who's the best football player when you guys were younger?
I would like to say myself. Yeah, I was way faster than Zac and Will back then.
I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Being small myself, when you're small, little, it helps when you're small. What was it like growing up with your father being a head coach? I mean, I know it takes a lot of hours.
Yeah, it was tough at times. It wasn't always. It was always everybody. The good always outweighed the bad, big time, and that was a big thing. Is he gets to go to a job that he loves every day, and that he gets to impact kids' lives that are not my age. That now I get to see happen on a day-to-day basis. So that's pretty cool. It's hard seeing him away, and it's hard being away, but you kind of realize that with the job that you kind of go into, but it's not too bad. And it's being able to go to football games every Saturday since I was little was always awesome, and that's always been kind of my one true love is football, and getting to go to every stadium and being with him every time. So we've gotten closer, even though he's farther, maybe not home every night, and even me not living at home anymore, still we've gotten a lot closer.
And having him be that coach, I mean, just how much did that drive you to football, just having constantly being around that?
It does, and that's kind of what I kind of want to do. And me and the other two guys kind of talk about it too, laughing around. If we're coaches one day as well and on the same staff, it'd be kind of funny. But that was definitely kind of what I would like to try and do as I get older as coach, and being around for so long and knowing kind of the ins and outs have kind of helped me to grow as in this process. But it's definitely something that I would definitely think about doing as I get older as coaching.
You're a place kicker. Your father is just he so emphasizes special teams so much.
Mm-hmm.
What's that kind of like to be in the group that he focuses on so much?
It's really cool. It's last year, senior year kicker in high school, it was kind of like he was telling me all the things that I needed to know, and I was like, wow, you know a lot more than I thought you did about special teams and stuff like that. And it's really cool because I get to spend a lot of time with him, and getting to know kind of the same techniques and stuff like that of what goes on, and punts like his baby. So we always kind of joke about that, but he does a really good job, and as you can see, our special teams has been really, really good this year so far. So it's really cool to see, and it's kind of funny because now we joke around with all the special teams guys about how he's always around us now more, even though he was always there before. But
and I mean, for Zac and Will, I mean, they're playing against their fathers in practice. Just kind of, what do you think goes through their minds when they're doing that?
It's quite funny to watch on the sidelines because you're watching scout offense against the defense, and you got Zac and Will both out there, and Zac's mostly throwing the ball to Will sometimes, and when Will catches it, both the dads kind of get mad because scout, you don't want them to catch the ball, and you want them to see the defense do good. But it's funny to see. Sometimes they kind of cheer on their sons too as well. It's pretty cool to see.
Do you think Zach and Will ever get motivated to kind of do well against them in practice?
Yes, definitely. They always talk about wanting to do the best, and seeing their dads maybe get a little frustrated sometimes kind of gets a little giggle out of them as well.
At home, when you are at home, just do you guys talk about football, or do you kind of try and stay away from that?
It's pretty balanced. During the summer there's times when we do talk about it and there's times when we don't. Kind of learning more about offense and stuff like that, as I will kind of talk to him about it a little bit, kind of wanting to be a coach. But there are times he'll just come home and we'll just talk about something different. We'll watch a movie and put on a movie, or do something that isn't even sports related at all, or go to the mall or something like that. It's just something where we can kind of get away and just be ourselves and not have to talk about anything else, but just kind of hang out. And even though sometimes we may not talk for a whole 30 minutes, and when we're hanging out, it's still kind of just it's good to have the other person there with you, just kind of hanging out and being able to relax.
I think as media, we're always around Butch Jones, the football coach. I guess, how would you describe your father when he's not in football coach mode?
That's what I get I get that question a lot from the players, and the answer is always laid back and relaxed. And it's kind of funny because he turns it on and he knows when to turn it off, and he knows when he goes home he's a guy that will that isn't really the disciplinarian in our family. It's mostly my mom. So he likes to step back and watch, and he's the one that always is making the funny jokes, and always the one that is kind of immature and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny to see him turn it on and off, because he's a loving father, and he doesn't bring the coach home attitude. He is more kind of he's just a father, and it's kind of cool to see the way that he does that, and it's something that I would like to possess as I get older as well.
Obviously, your first year here at Tennessee, just kind of what's your experience been like here in Knoxville?
It's been awesome. I've loved Knoxville ever since we moved here, and it's been great for the family. And going to UT it's opened my eyes, but it's amazing, and I love it. It's a great college atmosphere, and you're getting a top education while being able to play football for a continuing program that will continue to rise up.
That's all I got.